Oh, yo! This look? Hey!
OG K-pop stan since 1998.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm back either. In case some of y'all are like, what the fuck? Like, xthina's back? OG K-pop stan is back? I mean, for one, I think it's like part of me wants to say it's almost damn time, because with the exception of my one and only reaction that I uploaded here on YouTube back in August, which was to Lisa's Dream, and that is really because it's tragically it resonates with my life right now. But with the exception of that, I have been away from YouTube since before my husband Chris passed away in March. And I needed to take the time to just figure my shit out. And me being back doesn't mean that I have figured anything out, really. And that's what I've come to learn about not only grief, but the life that I am choosing to live from this point onward until I am not here on this earth anymore, which is that I just have to constantly adapt. And with that being said, that's why I am back. I'm back for many reasons, and if y'all see me looking down, y'all who have been here and been with me since the beginning, which was June 30th, 2020, y'all get the drill that sometimes I look at lists. So yeah, I have a list of what I want to say in this, what should we call this? Like a pre-return kind of video. What y'all saw in the beginning of this video is my new intro. To be honest, I think that's my fourth edit from, like while I was taking my sweet time to figure out when I wanted to come back here on my YouTube. I was making all these kind of different intros because, as I've mentioned in the several videos I've shared here about my grief, is that if I am to make a comeback here on my YouTube channel post Chris's passing, I have to be like completely who I am now. And that's just the truth. You know, I've mentioned it before, but when Chris and I, we were such a unit that when he passed away, a huge part of me died too. And, you know, with that being said, the person that I was prior to his passing, it's been like what, we're coming up on 9 months actually since he passed away, and I don't see myself ever being capable of being the happiest I could ever be, because the happiest I could ever be included him in my life physically. But now that it's been almost 9 months and I've worked with how to find ways to carry Chris with me in spiritual, cosmic form, whatever you want to call it. That's another reason why I'm here. Another reason why you do hear his voice saying my channel name in the intro video that y'all saw before you see me here. Okay, so yeah, let me just go through my list. So the number one thing I wrote on the list is my way or the highway. And what I mean by that is that everything that I do as OG K-pop stan, both on YouTube and on Patreon, is going to be just what I am capable of. And when I say my way or the highway, I don't mean it kind of like a snobby way, like, you know, like a cult almost. I mean it in a way where I am very limited. And I'm going to try to not be, but I can't promise consistency because of how grief moves. Grief is straight up just up and down waves in just a whole ocean of grief. And I do my best to stay afloat and, fight amongst the up and down waves. So I'm doing my best. But with that being said, I can't promise consistency. And there'll be probably some days where I'm a little more uppity, and there'll be some days where I'm just kind of like this. And where you see me like right here, this is kind of, it's been my norm actually after Chris passed away. There are some days where I'm very down, but when I'm very down, I promise I won't force myself to film. I don't want y'all to see that side of me. And not so fun fact, I have actually tried to make a comeback several times within the past couple of months, and every time I would start, I can just sense that I was off, and you know, I didn't want to give y'all, I didn't want to not give y'all my new all. Does that make sense? So, I mean, the video of me talking about Chris and all the bad shit that happened, I know, I'm pretty sure it was a hard video to watch. If it was hard for me to film, I'm sure it was hard to watch. So I'm trying to not have that. Although I'm not going to promise that I won't possibly cry. Because y'all know some of these K-pop songs are just what I check out here in general. Can really tug at my heartstrings. Like shit, I cried to Pantrapico Beanie. And that's a very happy, uppity island song. And actually, when I think about it, it's really heartbreaking, because I do remember getting emotional listening to that song because of feeling so lucky that I found such a love with Chris. And I remember being excited to put that song on our wedding playlist, the wedding that had to be canceled because he passed away. So instead of, dancing to Pantropico in Oahu in September, I was grieving. I was mourning. So yeah, that's what I mean by my way or the highway. That I can only do what I am mentally and physically capable of, especially highlight on the physically, because I don't know if y'all watched my recent videos where I shared that I was recently diagnosed with papillary thyroid cancer. And I actually will be doing surgery in a couple of days to do, I don't know how to pronounce the whole thing, but basically to remove my whole thyroid. And then hopefully onward, after pathology reports come back, hopefully it was just within my thyroid. But if not, and if the cancer has metastasized to my other lymph nodes, then I had to move forward with radioactive iodine therapy and so forth. And so there's that. And literally 2 weeks ago, I was confirmed to have a secondary autoimmune disease on top of my first one, which is lupus. And the secondary one is Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism. So yeah, there's a lot trying to knock me down. But I'm doing my best to stay afloat. Like, I feel like I need to get that word, like that phrase, tattooed somewhere on me. I have so many, like, I've shared my portrait tattoo of my handsome man. And I've done other little tattoos here and there. I feel like I need to stay afloat somewhere, because that's going to be like the motto of my life from now until I graduate to the cosmic realm. And that's probably going to be not too soon from now. All right, second point. So I wrote select content for YouTube, most on Patreon. What I mean by that is, so when I started reactions back in June 2020, and I started to get people to actually watch my shit, I was like, ooh, okay, I'm really getting, it was kind of like a content creator high, I guess you can say. And any requests I would see, I'd be like, okay, I'm on it. But over time, I started to, move things, because I'm only a one person show here, one woman show here. I do the content, like the filming, the editing, the uploading, everything. And that with all the health shit that I had, and now even more tragic shit on top of it, I can't do everything. And I've gotten to a point where I'm okay to admit that I won't do everything either. Like, because, the difference between the word can't and won't. Yeah, the physical and the my grief and depression does add on to the can't, but I also am putting a line, like drawing a line for myself, for my mental well being, which is why I say I won't. So there are some content to some artists that I will want to put here on YouTube, and the rest will be on Patreon. And I would say, like, if I were to give, like, throw a percentage, I think 75% of things I'm going to be filming will be on Patreon, and the rest of that percent, 20, yeah, 25% will be here on YouTube. And as far as who I choose to select, it really just is going to depend on the artist, or how I feel about my reaction, or how I feel about that song in general. Whatever it is, I'm not going to always give a reason. I'm just going to do it. And I hope y'all are cool with it. And the reason why I'm doing that is because, I mean, it's really simple. I need a job. I need to pay for what I pay for. Like, even more so now that I am not a dual income household anymore. And with my, health issues that were added on top of it, hence I need to work. So that's why I had to put most of my stuff on Patreon, because, and I've said it so many times, I'm going to say it again, that YouTube reaction channels here on YouTube, videos, content, we cannot make money off of these videos because of copyright claim. Patreon is where it's at as far as financial income. So, and with that being said, I have to say a super, super shout out and thank you to my patrons who have remained on my Patreon crew all this time. I actually thought I was going to lose everyone, and I would understand. I'd be so understandable. I'd be so understanding of that, because it's like, where's the content, or where have you been? But it really made me feel so grateful to see how many people have stayed, and not just that, how many people have joined. And I don't have anything new, but it's out of support and love. So y'all, I am literally surviving because of y'all. So again, I gotta say a thank you to y'all. Let's see what's next. So I wrote technical issues. So there are the many times that things are out of my control, out of us content creators' control, where certain reactions, I don't know why, certain reactions to certain artists or videos or whatever, they just get completely blocked. And I would get so stressed by that. I would be like, do I need to like block the video or edit the audio or slow my video down, speed it up, whatever. I used to really get stressed just to be able to make that video pass copyright issues or technical issues in order for it to be here on YouTube. So I'm not about to have that stress come back to me on top of the inevitable stress that I wake up with and sleep to every day, which is my grief, my depression, my health issues. So if there are any technical issues that happens with any reaction, it's just going to straight up go on Patreon. But I will say that the ones that have the technical issues here on YouTube will be free on Patreon. You just have to sign up as a free member on my Patreon. Just an FYI. All right, what is next? What did I write next? Okay, yeah, this one is a hella highlight. I wrote xthina now, and I even wrote persona just for me to remember to talk about it. So I have always been, as genuine and real to who I am as possible. But I would be a liar if I told y'all that content creators, okay, I can't speak for everyone. I'm going to speak for OG K-pop stan. OG K-pop stan was a little bit of a persona. Not saying that any part of OG was fake. Like everything, all the little freakouts, the woos and all that shit that you saw in the intro, and just all the videos that you've seen, whoever has seen my videos from the beginning until now, it's who I genuinely am. But I also, made myself a little bit more bubbly. I don't know how to explain it. how can I explain? Okay, so there are some people that I have met at concerts, and I specifically remember a comment at seeing 17 at the Toyota Center quite some years back. I bumped into one of y'all, a subscriber, and we took pictures and we were talking. And then I'm so sorry, I totally forgot your name, but I remember you were like, "You're more chill in person," and I was like, "What?" And it made and so one, I am actually very shy, straight up INFP here. So when I'm in front of a camera and I'm OG K-pop stan, I have just a bit of a persona. And to the person, the carrot that I met at the 17 concert, who was like, "You're really chill in person." They were trying to explain, like, they thought that I'd be like, hyper or whatever, but in person, I'm actually, like, the way I'm talking to y'all right now, this is just who I am straight up. Like, I when I started videos before, if I know I am going to be reacting to twice, let's say, I would make sure to tell myself to greet onces. I'd be like, "Hey, once," or this and that. But with that being said, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna call y'all onces anymore. I'm just bringing that up as an example to say that I'm treating my reactions as a turning this on, checking reactions out, chatting with y'all, and then peacing out whenever I'm done. I'm not gonna be like, what dialogue should I say to like impress people, or what should I just want to keep it very, like, I'm still OG K-pop stan. That's my channel, but it's almost like xthina is running OG K-pop stan now. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, I'm being truly who I am. So it might be less freakouts, or it might be just the same kind of freakouts or more. It might be me giving a little bit more of how I truly feel about a song, or I might actually freak out and talk more and yap more whenever I check out dance practices, because I did let comments in the past get to me that said that I talk too much. So I would tone that down whenever I would analyze dance practices, because I am a retired hip hop dancer. So when I would see certain choreography that would really just, tug at my heartstrings, like my dancer heartstrings, I had to hold back a lot because I was like, I don't want people to think I'm yapping. So right now, I'm going to stay just true to who I am. If I want to freak out about the dance practice and talk too much about it, I will. If I want to freak out about music, I will. If I want to just stay chill with the way I am right now, I will. I'm just straight up really introducing y'all to xthina. xthina, who is OG K-pop stan, not OG K-pop stan who is xthina. I did a little bit of flip flop there. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but it is what it is. So y'all know how I had the intro that y'all saw in this video. Every video from this point onward will also have an outro, and the outro is a little clip of me and Chris. When I turned him into the K-pop idol, there was a moment, I'll play at the end of this video, but it's very important for me to include that because of the fact that I don't know if this sounds bad or not, but Chris is the main reason why I chose to come back. And I've shared it in one of my recent grief videos, which I might upload videos about my grief here and there. Like, y'all who are longtime viewers or subscribers or just, loyal OGs, y'all know that I will upload check-in videos here and there. So my check-in videos will highly likely be about my grief and just where I'm at. So it's very important for me to include my outro videos because Chris is the reason why I chose to come back. And in one of the recent grief videos, I shared that one of his close friends, who is also his first roommate, meaning he knows a certain side in life, stage in life that about Chris, and with Chris I didn't know. he reached out to me after Chris passed away, and he had told me, like, you know, no pressure, but I hope you keep going with your channel. Chris, he told me that Chris was beaming every time he talked about this, my channel. And he was telling his friend, his roommate, how he had all these ideas on how to grow it for me. Like, he was really proud. So, that helped me U-turn my decision, my initial decision about quitting, to come back and not like, I'm not only doing it for Chris, but I'm doing it for myself too, because this wasn't easy. Like, building this channel really wasn't easy as OG K-pop stan. It wasn't easy. And not just that, I truly enjoy doing what I do. And I am really grateful for the community that I have built here on YouTube and on Patreon. Y'all are really some of the sweetest people ever. And that's really damn hard to find online. Y'all know how toxic social media is. So please know that I truly mean it when I say that I feel so lucky to have y'all. So yeah, I feel lucky to have y'all, and I feel lucky that I've met Chris and I have someone like him in my life, even if he's not here physically, to continue cheering me on. Like Chris, he saved me in so many ways, and this is just another one of them, and he's not even here to do it. He's that badass. But yeah, let me look at my list. Yeah, I wrote grief, consistency, health. I kind of went over that already though. But yeah, I went over that. I don't need to repeat myself. So yeah, I think this is it for this bit of a, I guess, pre-return video. If y'all did check this out before, my upcoming reactions that I have filmed will be premiering not too long after this. I really, really thank you for always hearing me out and not just only being here for my reactions. But if there are y'all who are just here for my reactions, I thank y'all as well. It's really just been a shitty fucking year. So just one person being here for me means the world. Not only to me, but to Chris. So, alright. Let's go ahead and show y'all that outro that I told y'all about. So, whenever you first met me and you saw that I was into K-pop, how did you feel about, like, being with someone who was, like, as into K-pop as I am?
I'm glad you have a thing.
See, that's the real shit.